Hey guys, welcome to the Backyard Hearth. Smoking a beautiful cigar today. I have the LFD ORO Chisel Tip. This is a gold tubo. Listen, this is a phenomenal cigar. Very different than a lot of what I smoke, and one that I wanted to do a quick review on because it really is a special cigar. If you're not familiar with the Chisel Tip, it's a patented design here, let me try and get that in camera. Patented design. You can literally just squeeze the tip together. A lot of times what I'll do is squeeze it and then punch the end to pull away any type of edges that may exist. But it's a patented design by LFD. Makes for a really unique flavor centralization on the palate. Now the flavors on this cigar are very unique. There's a lemon zest to it, a very natural tobacco flavor, but not an offensive one or a bitter one. Just a very smooth smoke right out of the gate. There is some spice to it, but it is very subtle. It's more on the back of your palate instead of the front, the back of your tongue, back of your throat. It builds as you smoke. The other thing about this cigar that I enjoy so much is it's one of those cigars that if you're like me and you're doing other things, you're reading a book, you're doing other things while you're smoking your cigar, and you find yourself getting distracted, the flavors on this cigar seem to linger quite a bit between puffs. So as I'm sitting here talking, I'm getting more and more flavors that come to the surface. A slight bit of red pepper, but they're subtle and they build, which is really a nice experience. Again, so much is being talked about with the Andalusian Bull, the 25th anniversary, the Solus that LFD has put out, that I think sometimes some of these phenomenal cigars that they've made over the years kind of get lost from our view. And the LFD Oro is one of those. This is a Dominican filler, Dominican binder with a Nicaraguan Maduro wrapper. It is definitely a wonderful cigar early in the day, on a cooler day. It's full body, don't get me wrong, but it's done in such a way that it's not overpowering or in any way too much to consume as an early day cigar. It's just really pleasant. The other thing I like about this cigar is, while there's plenty of smoke to it, don't get me wrong, it's not an offensive cigar. It's not a cigar that, if you have non-cigar friends, non-smokers around you, would be put off by this. So if you're having a backyard barbecue, you're hanging out with friends and family, you want to have a cigar, but maybe they don't like the big billowing smoke of some of the other smokes that are out there today, this is a nice one to light up. I think it's pleasant. It doesn't offend. It doesn't overwhelm others. It's also one that if you want to walk away and not necessarily smell like your stick, this is a nice one on that front. It is a 2-hour smoke. It is every bit of a large ring gauge, and it is every bit of a 2-hour smoke. So keep that in mind. You're committing some serious time when you light one of these up. Something else I like about this cigar is there are some baking notes in there, but there's almost this citrus on the front and some spice coming through on the back, which is a really neat combination, not one you get very often. The last thing I will say is, some cigars we get out and enjoy, the retrohale is so harsh. What's really nice about these Oros is they have such a smooth retrohale that makes them very enjoyable. The retrohale is just as smooth as your traditional puff, and I think with that you get a really nice enhancement in the flavors. So, hope you enjoyed today's review of the Oro by LFD, the Oro Tubo from LFD. This is the gold tube if you're out looking for them, and it really is, like I said, a beautifully crafted cigar, beautiful burn. I didn't look up what the aficionado rating on this cigar is, but to me, this is a good, solid, low 90s, A- to A cigar. It is everything you would want out of an LFD. In typical LFD fashion, they continue to impress. Right now, my favorite breakfast cigar is the Solus from LFD, and this one could roll right in there with it. Not quite as complex as the Solus, but very enjoyable. Again, Lito Gomez, the father of Lito Gomez Jr., who did the Solus, was responsible for this cigar, so it doesn't surprise me. Little side note that's kind of fun. The gold tube is a throwback. Lito Gomez got started his career in jewelry making, and so the gold tube and the gold band is kind of a shout out to them. So just a fun little side note on a great cigar. Hope you have a great day and keep it smoky.